what's up guys, Benny here, and I am very excited about today's video because it is one of my best ever gameplays. I could have got 40 kills using my updated Cold War MP5. Now, I've been checking out a lot of the different SMGs in Warzone recently, and the Cold War MP5 is statistically the best one, even better than the MAC-10, yet a lot of people don't use it. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my gameplay, showing you how to get the most out of the Cold War MP5, giving you the best class setup, loadout, and all that jazz. And as I said, this video gonna break down everything I do from the good to the bad and also all the mistakes I make. So like right here, for example, I can't shoot through that post. So he is a potato. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. That player was a bit of a potato, but I very fortunately managed to get 2 for FFAR. I don't know whether to call it the FFAR or the FAR. Let me know down in the comments below. But right there, really good start. Got 3 kills. I'm using 2 FARs. So remember, if they get 2 different weapon variants, so like the rare one and the uncommon one, you can carry 2. Now, when I'm pushing these stairs, you always want to be checking these kind of like top corners. And because I've got 2, I can just switch to it, don't need to reload, which allows me to put pressure on. And whenever I'm in this situation, I'm always listening out for like them going for a res, so there's a position that I can push and take advantage of. That guy, very fortunately, doesn't push me. Not worrying about the people I've downed, because if I hear a self-res, I can deal with them quite quickly, but they don't. I finish him off because I don't want him live pinging me, so his teammate can kind of, you know, counter me. Finish off the scav, get all the money so we can get the loadout, so we can go get that Cold War MP5 loadout that I'm so excited to share with you guys, because honestly, it is incredible. So much fun. Like, a lot of people's complaints is about that iron sight with it. And remember, we still know there is one player around us, and I can hear some footsteps up top. So quickly get the down, and right here, I then want to play up as quickly as possible. We know there's another teammate up there. And remember what I said earlier about waiting for the sound of someone rezzing before pushing. Second he does that, I jump to get the most momentum, push up, and get that down to get those 2 kills. And then straight away, we're already on 7 kills in this gameplay before we get the loadout. And of course, right here, I'm just going to be checking the area because we made a lot of noise. Our guns don't have suppressor at this point. So like hot drop areas like airport, going to pull a lot of attention. So nearly get another kill, but for some reason, my teammate, rather than shooting them, just isn't doing that. But fortunately, right, it all works out. He gets downed. You're very fortunate in this position. Unless they aggressively push you, they can jump across from that point. However, I just get the res. They've got high ground on us, and they've got snipers. There's no point challenging this fight, really. So we're going to dip out, go get the loadout, and we're going to be in a much better position because that is one of the biggest bits of advice I can give you if you want to get better at Warzone and you want to get these sort of high kill gameplays. Know when to disengage. You're going to be able to get those kills later on, but disengaging and making them either chase you so you get a stronger map position is going to make all the difference. And also, the way that you can kind of cycle through your money is very important to make sure you get your loadout as quickly as possible, because when you get your loadout at this stage of the match, you're going to be able to get a lot of kills because then you can start chaining UAVs and you've got a huge advantage. But let me show you the Cold War MP5 loadout that I'm using so you can use it yourself. So let's kick off with the assault rifle that you're going to want to be using with this loadout, the CR56 AMAX, which I personally think is the best automatic assault rifle in the game right now for those medium to long range fights. On the muzzle, you're going to want to have the monolithic suppressor. The barrel that you go for is the XRK Zodiac because it's the longest barrel. The underbarrel, I go for the Commando foregrip. However, if you do struggle to control the recoil of this weapon, you can go for the Ranger foregrip, which is going to make it a little bit easier. Personally, I use the Commando. Then the ammo, you go for the 45 round mag, and then the optic is the VLK 3 times, and you're going to want to use that T-pose reticle. Just makes it so much easier to use and is a big improvement on the default. Now, let's head over to the SMG. Now, that's the class once again if you want to use it, but let's go for the Cold War MP5. I'm using the WIDOWMAKER blueprint, which doesn't really matter, but it's just what I've personally been using. The muzzle, you go for the agency suppressor. The barrel, you want to go for the 9.5 task force. The underbarrel is the field agent grip. Now, the ammo, you want to go for the 50 round drum. Now, you want to use the drum over the fast mag because the drum has a very similar, little bit slower reload time to the fast mag, but a much faster ADS time. So definitely make sure you're using the drum. Now, the thing that I've changed with this is I no longer use the Raider stock. I go for an optic where I go for the micro flex LED, which is going to make it a lot easier for you to control the recoil of this to land consistent shots. Now, I personally go for the star reticle as well, just my personal preference. preference. I think it's a really nice reticle, but that is my updated MP5 class that you want to try out. And then the rest of the loadout is EOD, overkill amped, C4, and a heartbeat sensor. But let's see it in action with this incredible gameplay. Okay, here we have it in action. Now, the reason I have the CR56 AMAX right here is just to beam people like this. Now, I shot the person who was further along because I knew he was my bounty, and he was just running away. If he got around that corner, wasn't going to get the kill. That guy also didn't really have the reaction times, and can see on the UAV there's a guy in the top window. Always keep an eye on that, because a lot of the time, people might have just run around the corner to go get the thirst, and then that guy starts shooting you, and you're getting sent to the gulag. Take your time, right? Even if you've got someone down, you don't need to just go get that finish straight away. And try and always get the biggest map position possible that you can. Here, see the vehicle going past on the map. Call it out to my teammates so we can do it. I personally expected him to go away here, but they got out, and for some reason we're like, yeah, let's attack. First guy runs through. See the second person. Now, this is where the Cold War MP5 doesn't necessarily do as well, because it's got a bit more recoil compared to a few of the other SMGs. So you can't really bring it back down after you do it. I thought he's hiding behind the stairs there, so I used my C4 to do it. But get this guy down, got full plates, and then I've got my heartbeat sensor as well, just to be able to check where the opponent is. So 27.7 meters. So I think he's in the stairs. I know Carl is on the top of the building, so we can push this together. Remember, always kind of keep your angles quite tight as you push. And when you're pushing a room, when you can, always double stack. So if one of your teammates does go down, you can get the kill and stop them getting sent to the gulag. It helps so much. Even if it takes an extra 10 seconds just to group up and push a room, take those 10 seconds. It's going to help you so much. But at the end of the day, call my UAV in. He's downstairs hiding in a bush. Jump out, and then you see the time to kill potential of that MP5. It is absolutely insane. And having the optic just makes it so you can correct that recoil so much better. Once again, that UAV is also, there are so many people on the map without ghosts right now, so I'm playing super aggressive. These are the stages before that first loadout drop comes in, where you can get a lot of kills where no one, and I mean no one, right, has ghosts, because there are very, very few people will pick ghosts from their first loadout. Nice trade there with Carl, and now it's all about getting high map position. See the person dropping in there, but I see the guy at the top of the stairs here, and very fortunate, I see the floor loot flashbang, so I can use that to push and then keep my heartbeat sensor. As soon as you get that, push across, and then you can get a nice easy kill. It's one of the best ranges for the MP5. Here, I get kind of cheeky because I know Carl's with me. Remember how we talked about kind of jumping in fights together? He gets it. I can move into cover and get the he can get the res off on me. Though he didn't realize it went down. He was like, oh, I'm going to be honest. The only reason I stayed in that fight rather than diving into cover is because I knew we had him. And I was like, I want the kill. I want the kill. And it kind of backfired. So remember, don't get greedy or you're going to get downed, even with this incredible loadout. Once again here, we know the loadouts have come in, so we're going to want to push towards that to get ghost. When you've got the high ground as well, make sure you check the areas. Grab as many bounties as you can so you know you can push, because one of the biggest reasons that I get a lot of kills in this gameplay is because we're just able to train UAVs constantly. So knowing where people are on the map. Now, something I would say with me right now is I should be dropping out the heartbeat sensor, because we've got loads of cash for UAVs for stun grenades. Stun grenades help you so much. Is one of the bits that I have changed recently. Just didn't on this particular loadout. This is another scenario where we saw earlier in the game, right? Carl goes from the bottom this time, and I'm going in from the top. Allows us to push the person without risking our lives too much. So here, you see, I don't just dive down straight away. I wait for Carl to get up to the second floor, so then we can dive down together. His fire is then going to be pulled because he's hearing the footsteps underneath, and I can get the kill nice and easily. Work with your teammates. And once again, Cold War MP5 shreds. I love it with the optic on it rather than the iron sight. So the iron sight, I don't know what it is. I think it's because the Cold War MP5 has a lot more has a lot less aiming stability, so you get a lot more kind of horizontal and kind of like bounce to the recoil compared to the Modern Warfare MP5. Once again, using the UAV's push here, and here I just kind of wanted to kill him with the MP5, so I was moving towards close range. Should have switched to my CR56 AMAX there, because that was kind of a mid-range fight, and I'm now forced into a fight that I don't have a advantageous position for the rest of it. So if his teammates were like on high ground, they could very easily have pushed me here, get very fortunate. So I try and get away from this situation as quickly as I can, and there's like, I see a lot of red dots, but I've kind of disconnected from my teammates because they've got the high ground, and I've just kind of dived down chasing for a kill, and now I can't help Carl up in that top position. So he ends up getting killed and just downed, which I can't do anything about because I made a mistake earlier on. And it's a thing, it's like a compound effect. See that guy flying in? quick, easy kill. And he's called out one of the big things there. I heard him call out to his teammates. So I knew these guys were going to jump down to me, especially as they just downed Carl as well. Same thing happens. I'm just waiting for this. I was expecting another person to push me. Trying to listen out for the sound of that self-res, right? Or him getting revived. The amount of times I take advantage of that, finish the kill, see the guy pop up, dive in, switch to the AMAX, and jump shot out. Remember, when you see people running away and they think they've got a chance of killing you, they're gonna just chase, right? So that's something you can do. Like duck in, wait a second, then jump out, and you'll catch them just like I did there. And the combination of the AMAX with that Cold War MP5 is incredible for like aggressive gameplay. And this is like the hallelujah moment when you're on for a high kill gameplay and you get jailbreak. You're like, yes. Also, T-post reticle. I swear by it. You need to make sure you do it. Here, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to get this guy out so he comes back in so I can get an extra kill. Because in my head, I was like, I could get a 40 kill game here. I've fallen so short of the 40 kill game so many times now. Like 38 being my highest. And I was just like, this could be it. This could be it. I'm on 19 kills with 75 people left in the lobby because of that jailbreak. Once again, playing the high ground here. UAVs coming in, really helpful once jailbreak happens because you get like 20 more people coming in without Ghost. And here, it's all about playing the high ground. I know now there's 2 people below me. Can use this. Keep an eye out. Play it. And the second I get it down, you'll notice I always try and play super aggressive from a different position as soon as I get it down. So there, push, thinking the guy's going to snipe me out of the air. Get quite lucky, but I reposition, use the AMAX. Remember, you need to get into the habit of switching to the weapon that's best for the situation as quickly as you can. Every second in Warzone matters. And there, I switched the MP5 for maximum mobility because he's got a self-res, able to push, get that kill nice and easily because he doesn't have time to play up. Second, he doesn't have time to play up, you're going to be laughing your way to the bank or whatever you want to call it, like laughing your way to the high kill game and the dub. Straight away, using those buy stations, spending that money, and then using my MP5 to this push. What I'm actually really sad about, the WIDOWMAKER MP5 that I'm using right now has a really nice iron sight, but for some reason, when you change the barrel, you don't get to keep the iron sight that the WIDOWMAKER has. I think like Swag did a video on it recently, which kind of makes me sad. I wish they had more options for like iron sights rather than you having to choose an optic with different barrels, similar to like the Growl does with the Archangel barrel, which is the beautiful for iron sight. And something I'm always doing in these situations is like making sure I've got my MP5 to move around the map, pull the UAV because I know he's on radar. Nice, easy kill here. Because I was like, you do not spend my money. I need as much money as possible to get into this next fight. Now, this fight is an interesting one. I know I'm on for a high kill game. There's 55 people left up. And I'm just trying to push. And I put myself in a couple bad spots. But that shows how fast you can kill people with the MP5. And one of the reasons, statistically, it's the best gun, best SMG in the game. Hard to control the recoil, but with that build that I showed you earlier, this really, really does stand out, and you're going to get a lot of kills and do really well with it. This situation, I kind of make a mistake. I know the guy's on my left, he gets poached, and I don't kind of clock in my head that means there's another enemy there. And I kind of see some fight going up at the top, pick this up, and I'm like, keep pushing. I'm splitting away from my teammates. If you look on the top left, this is a big mistake. The other team have ghosts that are on top of bank, and I've now disconnected. And I see someone start pushing Carl from the bottom. Okay, so I'm now leaving them into a 2v1, but also I think there's one person on the roof because Carl's got a down. So I'm pushing. They're going to be able to hear me. Now here, right, I should just kill this guy from the doorway. But I think it's just one. I think he's the person. He's downed. I'm trying to get to Carl and I get taken out. And that was such a silly mistake. And if we look at the guy's health, he didn't, if we go back like one little plate, right, we can see his health. He didn't have plates on. Or he did have plates on, actually, but I just made a rookie mistake, and it cost so much time because I didn't get anyone in the gulag. But this is the regain. Regaining is so important. If you've got someone up, Carl lost his gulag, get someone to grab a supply run. Now, this is one of the best ways of regaining back in Call of Duty, especially towards endgame. Have the person who's come back from the gulag finish this, buy the teammates back. I go straight for some plates as well because that's one of the hardest things to find at this stage of a match is making sure you've got full health. And now I'm just looting as quickly as possible because I know a loadout's coming in about like 40 seconds. And I'm just like, right, grab as much as I can, worrying that guy's going to push me because I'm just trying to grab some area, but also we start planning on doing something that's very poor because Carl's in the air and we're like, wait, we died over here. Let's push. Bad idea when you don't have your loadout, especially in the final circle. You're just putting yourself into a bad position for the long run. Loadout comes, and this is potentially the most high-risk time in a game of Warzone. Loadout has landed on top of the roof, but I want my Cold War MP5 and AMAX, right? So I'm just running across, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I get quite lucky here. I'm trying to minimize the angles I can be seen from, like hugging walls, so I got some cover to dive behind, and let's just push up and get your loadout, because when you've got, in the final couple circles, if you have a look at the map on the top left corner, you know that even after the 5th circle claps, you're most likely going to be in the zone if you're in the center. It's very, very unlikely that it's going to pull all the way to one side. So we know holding this rooftop, we're going to be here pretty much to end game. So normally, if I was going for like 40 plus kill games, right now I'd be running around like a madman. However, we've regained, we don't have the ammo, we don't have UAVs, we don't have the equipment to be able to do that. So it's all about just holding map position and trying to do as much as we can. Like here, see the guy get out, put some shots off, and it gets back in the truck. Like Big Berthas at this stage of the game are just so OP, especially in solos. Like the amount of games I've seen recently where people are just driving around in Big Berthas, like you get like in the final circle and there's like 7 Big Bertha trucks and you're like, it's just demolition derby. Like, let me know if you've come across that in the chat. But here, holding down, mounting so I can make sure that I'm landing as many shots as I can. And somehow, Carl gets both the kills. I'm like, I could potentially still get 40 kills here. I'm like, oh no, I'm losing the kills. Part of my brain was like, do I dive bomb down to those guys to get their ammo? But I was like, no, I'm gonna do the sensible thing here. Play out for the win. We're gonna be able to get like 5-6 kills just by playing out naturally. But I'd get so many more kills if I just got lucky and found a munitions box. Because here, you can see in the way I'm shooting, I'm being very passive. However, I am being way too static. Final circle, there's going to be snipers everywhere, and I get taken out. And he does the same to Carl. We get very lucky here because thankfully that rooftop doesn't get an angle. If they played super aggressive and pushed down, they could have killed us. We get very, very fortunate, which I'm always happy with. Sometimes in games like this, you have to have some luck go your way. But take my mistake there. I was playing too static because I was just focused on a kill because I was worried about my ammo count. Doesn't matter what your ammo count is, you still need to be like, stay on your toes and keep moving and be unpredictable. You don't want someone to have an easy snipe on you like that, because I was just like, anyone can hit that. I was static, I was slow, using my heartbeat sensor to try and keep an eye on there. Carl's watching it, and then here, if I had more ammo, I'd just be picking up so many kills because of this area. But look at that. I'm not even wanting to spray too much because I know I won't have enough bullets. Horrible position, but still good like ammo and equipment management there. Sadly, don't get that kill as well. I'm just downing so many people here and not getting the kill credit. It's heartbreaking, especially when you're so close to 30 kills. I'm like, oh no, I just want 30 kill gameplay, please. 20 people still up, still holding the roof because we know the next circle's got it. And there, because I can see on the map the red dots, teammate thankfully gives me some ammo, which really helps. Suddenly, nearly a full clip of the AMAX. For me, just then, it was like Christmas. See the guy pushing? Take him down. Don't focus too quickly on him. You saw that. I kind of stopped to kind of scan the area. And our whole team is in the same position. We've got no AR ammo now. So we know that our next fights, we're going to have to play close. So in my head, I'm like, hold the high ground. And you can see the situation. I'm like, right, we're either going to have to fight in these buildings behind us or in the blue building IKEA. Just seeing. And then my heartbeat sensor lights up like a Christmas tree. And I know there's 4 people in there. So straight away, Cold War MP5, going to dominate at this range. Try to see if they're in the top so I know which way to push. Once again, play very, very careful here. So I know there's at least 2 squads. I don't want to get caught out and shot in behind. Throwing a C4 to try and bait him out a little bit. Checking the heartbeat because I know I'm not going to be able to get pushed that quickly. Checking up top. No, they're underneath because I can now hear their footsteps. Okay, so because of that, this guy's going to come out towards the back because he's hearing me move around. He's going like, oh, let me just check this angle. Nice, easy down. Other buzz shoots me. I now push away to like waiting for him to push me. So you saw that. I kind of disengaged as quickly as I could to get into some sort of cover and power position and then hold it. I didn't just kind of like try and re-engage. Make people play the mistakes off of you. Don't always kind of put yourself in a bad position. Here, once again, same thing. Just using the door just to kind of make sure I am there. Here, I could have probably played a little bit faster. I should have bunny hopped around there. That guy gave that guy a chance to get a shot off of me, which is not something you want to do. I'm slightly worried here as well because I don't have a gas mask. I'm like, okay, wait, check that, guys. Is there a gas mask? There isn't. So now I'm just running into no man's land. Loads of bullets going off. And I'm just like, there we go. That's the 30 kill game. I'm happy. Shooting this guy, crack him. Some enemy managed to get the kill. Here, I like the teammate's down, but I'm just like, right, got to sustain this because we're now in a 2v3 situation. And the circle's been really kind to us because this bit of map is a like power position right now. We don't need to challenge. We just need to play it. So they have to move along into the open. This is great for us. Sadly, Carl gets taken out by a snipe shot and the teammate, no idea why, doesn't go for the race. He's like, I'm just going to stay fighting. Luckily, I'm able to get some shots off there. I'm like, just res him. Trying to communicate with a teammate. Sadly, it was a random teammate. Does really well for the whole game. Down the first person, get the finish off. And I get saved here because of the gas mask animation. All right? I can't believe it, but the gas mask animation went my way. Have a look at this. All right? Luckily, this guy doesn't hit the headshot on me. I down him. I'm jumping out. Shouldn't be going for the finish here because he's not got a self-res. Hits me. Gas mask hits him, and he gets the animation to put the gas mask on. Gets screwed, so he can't do anything, and then I'm able to finish him off with the Cold War MP5. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you're going to go ahead and use this class. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time.